Hello everyone, this is Marianne from Revealing Light Tarot. It's Boxing Day here in Australia. We've had a lovely Christmas day here and everybody is just relaxing today. That's what happens the day after Christmas Day, is that we just all chill out. So we're going to probably have lunch out and then just have a quiet Boxing Day tea. So one of the things that has happened in the 48 hours or so, 3 days, 2 or 3 days since I've last spoken to you, is the government has had the shutdown and there is apparently no end in sight at this present time. We've had Trump furiously tweeting in the early hours of the morning from the White House, including saying, "I'm all alone here," while the Democrats have caused the government shutdown. I mean, it really is, if it wasn't so real, it would be actually quite comical. And we've had the rest of the Trump family heading to Mar-a-Lago and Melania coming back from Mar-a-Lago. So it's all a bit of a yeah, it's a bit too ridiculous for words. The Syrian withdrawal of American troops in Syria continues to unravel with further condemnation. And I guess news coming out that's replayed Trump's phone call to the Turkish president, where he basically just said, "Okay, then we're out of here. It's yours," or words to that effect. So, that's how he's conducting foreign policy and those decisions. Now, I've had some commentary coming forth about the inverted triangle that I saw, the image of Trump peering over a dark pond with some sort of necklace with the inverted triangle, sort of trying to illuminate what was down there. And that image confused me, thinking he's trying to find something. And it could have been all of those things. But at the end of the reading, I got very strong message from Spirit that it was actually he was making sure that things were being buried and would stay buried. Now, when I looked at what an inverted triangle meant, I've had commentary coming forward. Thank you. Trump often sits like that. It is a symbol that's associated with the Illuminati, which, of course, has connections to this dark money and dark forces globally. When I did my own research, I came up with, sometimes it's the symbol on road signs for hazard ahead. So when I look at all of those things, it seems that Spirit's message about things trying to stay hidden would be the closest meaning that I could get there. Now, what was going to be remain? What did he want to stay hidden? Again, there was conjecture about it was he was trying to hide money. So we'll ask that question, but I also want to get on to fairly quickly. I want to get on to his immigration border policies. We've had another child die in custody. And surely I want to know that there will be condemnation, universal condemnation there for Trump's immigration border policy. And I also want to look at Ivanka Trump. I want to look at Miss Complicit. Okay. So, because she keeps coming up in the readings all the time, she is the Nine of Pentacles, which is that sort of luxury, that kind of self-rule, that moneyed aristocracy kind of card coming forward. So we've got a lot to do today. So on this Boxing Day, I want to do this reading, and then we'll be heading out for our lunch. So let's start with, if Spirit can enlighten us in any way. If Spirit can enlighten us in any way, what does Trump want to remain hidden? What does Trump want to remain hidden? What is he trying to hide? What is Trump trying to hide? This image of the inverted triangle. in the dark pond? I'm pretty sure it's money. I'm pretty sure he's trying to keep money hidden. What is Trump trying to hide in that dark, murky pond? Trump, what's he trying to hide? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is money. Okay, yeah. Okay, so straight away we have the Seven of Pentacles coming forward. This is the card of hard work, accumulating finances, storing it for a rainy day, all of those things. So it seems to me that Trump actually is trying to keep money hidden. Okay, now it's to do with the victory. What does that mean? Does that mean he's trying to keep? Was he paid in some way for winning? For winning the presidency? Is this money that he has received in relation to implementing certain agendas on behalf? Is this business approach to the presidency that he's brought? Page of Cups is a proposal between two people. It's generally thought of as an emotional or it can be a romantic proposal, but in this instance, it is the proposals I think that he's made with others, and it is money that has come to him. If you recall, Cohen was taking fees for access to Donald Trump. I think this is something even bigger than that. I think this is money. This is what's coming out with the Mueller investigation, and indeed this could be in relation to the subpoena. This could be that it could be a bank in some way that has been subpoenaed. Okay, it's seeming to make sense now. Okay, now what if it is found? It's actually going to be extremely. It's going to look at all these swords. It's going to be his undoing. Okay, it's definitely money. It's money he's hidden. It's to do with, I think, my intuition saying, money that he's hidden in relation to the presidency. But look who's appeared here. Ivanka Trump has appeared again. Okay, as the card, the princess, the card of luxury, self-rule. And it's in relation to this win. So is it to do also with any kind of, I guess, money that Jared and Ivanka have taken as well? The whole, let's be honest, is this the whole of the Trump family have had their fingers in the pie taking money from foreign governments? And I'll ask after this whether or not it's Deutsche Bank. That's the natural thought. I'm not sure. It is somewhere where he has money hidden. Where do you hide money? In banks. Okay. So we've got the Three of Wands, which is sort of working with it's commerce and expansion, and it is also potentially that Querent has his back face back to us, and he's looking out over the horizon. So potentially this can be an overseas connotation to this card. So working with overseas governments to hide money in return for specific agendas. Secrets being revealed, the High Priestess. I think we're pretty on the money, so to speak, here. This is Mueller following the money. This is what he wants to keep hidden. Imprisonment. Okay, and this is mirroring the presidential win and Ivanka's part in the running of the business, shall we say, in the Trump business. Goodness gracious me. Never stops, does it? The King of Swords, Mueller's on their tail. Okay, so this is pretty clear to me. This is to do with the Mueller investigation. I'm going to ask now. Gosh, I didn't expect such a strong reading to come through, viewers. I might have to do a part 2 of the immigration policy after this reading, because Ivanka is coming through here already. This is what he's so worried about, okay? This is the Mueller investigation. It's potentially to do with the subpoena, and it's money that they've taken from foreign governments in order to implement, pardon me, Normally I would have closed down that reading and started again, but I'm not going to do that this time, so you'll have to put up with me sneezing. Yeah, this is potentially to do with Mueller. The subpoena of that bank, he's trying to keep that money hidden. So this is what I'm going to ask. Okay, this money that he wants to keep hidden, is this to do with the Mueller investigation? Let's keep it simple. Is this money hidden in a bank that Mueller is trying to subpoena? Okay, this money that he's trying to keep hidden, is this to do with the bank, the subpoena to the organisation that Mueller is tracking, or anything really to do with Mueller finding that money as part of his investigation? Trump hiding the money, Mueller investigation. All right, so we've got hard work. So there's either it's being made hard for Trump to keep that money hidden, or it's being made hard for Mueller in order to get it. And we've got strength, okay? So strength on both sides. This is very much a tug of war trying to get to these records. However, finding this money, proving the I guess the taking of money in return for presidential policies or agendas or decisions is really going to be the centrepiece, in a way, of Mueller's investigation. It is going to be what will eventually remove Trump, because that's the hope card. Hard work. It's got to do with the Trump's business. Okay, this is the sort of some people see this as Mar-a-Lago, but it's more. I see this more as the Trump family business. He is trying to protect his personal fortune, and here is the money news, and that's coming here, which means that Mueller's likely to be successful. Okay, in unearthing that. But he's trying to hide it. Okay, this is the thief card, the Five of Swords. Okay, this is like abuse of systems. This is theft. This is the stealing aspect of what's gone on here. I'm just going to keep going. Yeah, the Lovers, deals he's made. Queen of Cups. Now, the Queens are stability, but they're also sort of support and help when you need it. And this is coming, mirroring the Strength card. I think that the Supreme Court, because I think the Supreme Court is actually potentially ruling on whether or not they should get involved in it, because there's been this stay of action there. It seems to me that decision might go in favour of Mueller. These cards. Endings for Donald Trump. Okay, he's not going to be successful. Okay, this is what I've got from these cards. That inverted triangle and the deep dark pond, and Trump peering over with his inverted triangle to make sure that whatever it was stayed hidden, was money, potentially to do with money he's taken during his presidency or even in his campaign in return for promises to fulfill certain agendas. It potentially could have had something to do with the subpoena. It appears this spread is indicating that it could have, and that the Justice Roberts or the Supreme Court may rule that the subpoena stands. This evidence is going to be a centrepiece in what eventually will bring the Trump government down. Now, Ivanka appeared there. The overall question that I want to ask about her, Now we've had, I talked about the immigration policy, and I did that for a reason, because she's a mother, and she's continually running on this agenda of being the sympathetic, kind, softly spoken, rich princess, self-luxury, you know. And yet she stands there while these young children are dying in custody, and says nothing, does nothing. Okay, but these readings are indicating she's right there at the center of the Trump organization. She's right there at the deals. She's right there in everything that her father's doing. You know, and you know, we had that ad earlier on, the complicit ad. Okay, so somewhere along the line, people started to wake up to the fact that this softly spoken, genteel appearing person was actually not all they seemed, and they were challenging her. If you are what you say you are, then you will not let these things ride. Okay, so the question I want to ask today: is Ivanka Trump in danger of being caught up in the Mueller probe? Is Ivanka Trump in danger of being caught up in the Mueller probe, which would confirm that she is part of this dishonesty, corruption of the Trump campaign and the Trump presidency? Ivanka Trump should be caught up in the Mueller probe. I think so. Straight away, we've got the devil. She is not what she appears to be. She's not what she appears to be. She is every bit chained to material. The apple did not fall far from the tree. She's chained to the materialism and the I guess the distortion of the American presidency. Ivanka Trump is part of all of that. Okay. Why, of course, why wouldn't she be? This is her, I think, here again, in the Empress. Okay, so, I mean, if you look at this card, this is how she's appearing. She's appearing as something that she's not. She's appearing as the mother, okay, the mother, the kind, motherly, genteel soul. The magician. Behind the scenes, this is what's going on. Okay, there's manipulation, and it's bringing. She is part of bringing all these ideas and these plans and this web of corruption. She's part of bringing that into actuality. Okay, she's every bit the magician that her father is. Now, if we've got the devil card here, this material, grotesque materialism, greed, okay, greed and avarice, then we've also got the Two of Pentacles. And again, there's a sinister aspect to this card. It's about weighing up multiple options, okay, seeing what one can get away with, okay, seeing what one can get away with. God, how did she get like that? I guess Trump brought her up like that. And here we have this connection again to the foreign governments. Okay, so she's been out there, whether it is with the Saudis, whether it's with the Israelis, whether it's with Russia. She's been out there travelling around. Remember, through 2017, she was the first daughter, and she was representing Trump overseas quite a lot. Now, we've got the Knight of Wands, which is, Knights, as you know, are action cards, and Wands are, sorry if the light's falling on that, Wands are inspiration. So, this is a young card as well. So, again, we're getting further confirmation that this indeed, it's not Don Jr. here. This is Ivanka. And it's action and inspiration to set these plans in motion, and it is to do with foreign interests. And the Trump organisation and family wealth, that's what it's all for. And it is the theft. It's trying to get away with something. This card is probably the number one card that talks about the thief trying to get away with things in the dead of night. They're trying to steal things that don't belong to them, and they're doing it behind a smoke screen where nobody can see them. And, you know, this is a little bit more than complicit. This is actually acting. Now, she's trying to move on from this, okay? She's trying to get out of it. She's trying to save herself. She's trying to get away from it. Okay, so she's working, she's still the magician, okay? She's working plans and she's trying to move on. Where is she trying to move on to? Some readers have suggested she's thinking of moving overseas. I don't think that's actually going to happen, because I think that her father she's still under the protection of her father at this point in time. So it's uncertain then whether or not she'll actually be convicted of anything because she's under the protection of her father. What does that mean? It means that she could be part of the deal making, because this is what's keeping him up at night, basically. And I wouldn't be the first reader to say this. This has come forward in my readings before, that at the end of the day there's some sort of deal that's made, and that would be involve his family, trying to protect his family from ruin. Okay, that's what's... there's going to be ruin anyway, but I don't think that she's going to go... she's going to be caught up explicitly in the Mueller, even though she's right there, dead in the centre. Her father, she's still under the protection of her father, so her father's still trying to protect her and keep her out of prison or out of being indicted. Okay, now this could be what he's working so hard on. The money that is in this particular bank that they're trying to keep hidden, that would incriminate her as well, okay? That would incriminate her as well, because this is the card of greed. Okay, now people have asked, is this Deutsche Bank? I don't really know. I'm not convinced it is Deutsche Bank. It could be. It is a bank. Could be a Russian bank. I don't know the system well enough over there in the United States to know what bank. But we can ask if it is Deutsche Bank, because we had Justice, what was his name? Is it Hopkins? Stepped down, whose son was dealt with the Trump business at Deutsche Bank. So we've got already that kind of background. Remember Mueller's spider web? Yeah. Okay, so Deutsche Bank is there. Is the organisation that Mueller is trying to subpoena, which potentially the Supreme Court is going to allow. They're just dotting their I's and crossing their T's at the moment, but that's why there's that delay there till the 31st of December. Is the subpoena that Mueller is fighting to uphold for Deutsche Bank records and potentially... Okay, just one question, Deutsche Bank. The subpoena that Mueller is fighting to uphold, to get through, to enact for Deutsche Bank. Okay, sword of truth. Okay, this is definitely, it's the money, it's the hidden money. It's the theft again. Okay. Trump is the smug merchant here. That's the card I often get for Trump. It's like He's even got his hands folded. Look at me. Look at my fortune. Look at what I've amassed. The Trump organisation. There'll be a link to the Trump organisation. Greed and avarice. Okay, it's to do with the money. Income sources. And the sword of truth. Okay, news of the truth coming out. I can't say whether it's Deutsche Bank, not from this reading. It potentially is somewhere that will lead to Trump's money that he's put away, and it will be taken. It will be taken. This is what he's worrying about. And there we have it. Okay, so really his fortune is being threatened. The income sources that he's made while he's been the president, and particularly it could be even before that money that he's got hidden will be outed. So I can't say from this reading definitely it's Deutsche Bank, but it would be somewhere where he has stored his money. It is connected to his money in some way. Now, I was going to read on immigration policy. I won't mix these readings up, so I'll close this down and I'll do another reading. I really want to know if this latest tragedy is going to be enough for condemnation of that border, the separating of kids from their parents. That was an interesting reading. I really didn't expect those cards to come forward on this peaceful Boxing Day, but there you have it. The cards often aren't in my hands, they're in Spirit's hands, and obviously they're the messages that needed to be conveyed today. So I'll close this reading down, viewers. It's interesting that inverted triangle image that I got led to the hidden money. All right, thank you, viewers.